Previously on Dysfunctional Systems. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. Lifting the glass with both hands, I gingerly tip it toward my lips and take in a mouthful. And now we get back into it. Oh heavens, I do not want to drink this. I swish the liquid a bit, and as it mixes with my saliva, it seems nearly viscous even. I want to retch. This is simply the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Atrocious. It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, no, a burning sensation that has spread through my entire oral cavity. The ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and just swallow it. Oh, come on. Goosebumps ripple across my skin and my eyes water. The beer drains down my esophagus, racing everything in its descent. This is disgusting. Cyrus proceeds to drain half of his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's, and an expression just as insensible. It amazes me that he can stomach it, and even more that he's willingly subjecting himself to it. Oh, this is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while. You're joking. That was worse than what I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting. Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. This beverage is just nasty. Finish that glass and we'll move along. I am not finishing this. Do it. Do it. I mock him. Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass. Finish my glass? I let my hands drop with gravity, my cup crashing onto the table. This? This is what you want me to finish? Then Cyrus, who I'm quickly losing respect for, I will drink this mug, and in fact finish it, if you do one thing for me in the future. Pardon? It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know that you heard me. Well then, what do you want me to do? Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later, and I will tell you then. You're sure you're not drunk, Winter? Hush. Fine. You'll have your way if you'll have mine, Winter Harrison. It is a deal you cannot break, sir. With that, I drain my glass in a matter of seconds, using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there's naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. This is so nasty. I squeeze my eyes shut and let the wave of warm and trembling feelings wash over me. Mercy, Winter. That was something else. How are you feeling? I answer him with a stare and a shiver. Really? I shake my head. Honestly now, that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realize I was overreacting. While certainly vile, it doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it'll take more than one beer to impair my judgment. Either that or this stuff's effects are simply delayed. I am fine, I think. You should be. Yes, I realize I might have spoken too soon, as I suddenly feel a bit... though I'm glowing? It's not a terrible feeling, and I seem to still be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all. Give it some time. You didn't really drink too much anyway. There usually isn't a whole lot of alcohol in beer. Wonderful. Both of my theories are true. Okay, so now what? Now, we begin conversing. Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner. I am going to go talk to that man. You take the one at the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids. I'm going to talk to him alone? Well, yes. I think it would make him pretty uncomfortable to have us both ganging up on him. Oh, I don't know about this. Don't worry, the bartender's right there, and I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you. It's not that. I'm just not very good at talking to people. You're doing fine with me. You're my superior. Just go over there and give it a try. Fine. Get out of my seat and immediately yank at the table's edge as the floor shifts. Oh no. My knees quiver with fear and I firmly plant my feet, my heart thumping like I'm about to die. Gracious, what was that? Did something happen? Have we failed? Calm down. You're just a bit tipsy. Shut up. I pause. Tipsy. Oh, buzzed. Right. I'm just... oh, crap. Just get over there. I surprise myself, briskly taking strides to the counter. I find the act curiously challenging and amusing. Each step I consider rather silly in its shakiness. I begin wondering about how people learn to walk at all. This is not how my thoughts usually go, I think. I can't quite remember what I usually think about right now. I'm not drunk. I have an idea of what that is from looking, and this is not it. Ah, right. I am tipsy. Goodness, I'm unbalanced. I start slowly near the stools, and suddenly break out in a cold sweat. I am not good with people. So what am I doing about to talk to a man? While I'm considering this, the order to stop is not processed physically. I sit right down next to the gentleman as if it is the most natural thing in the world, and we're oldest of pals, strong ties, bonds formed from years of manual labor at the piers. I wonder how much alcohol I actually drank. Enough of this. Engage the man by his eyes. Yes, like that, like in the books. Lean forward and get a closer look, Winter Harrison. Oh, well, isn't he scruffy? Almost in an adorable way. His cheeks and chin are all dashed over with stubble, and his eyes are soft and caring. He vaguely reminds me of a father I knew that was not mine, but a classmate's. I open my mouth and mentally say hello, but the order is again not actually processed, so I just hang my jaw and stare. He notices. Hello there, miss. Hello. It is all I can do to say this. I fail to keep his attention, and his eyes return to the television above the bar. Television. That's right, they have the here. It seems to be a sports channel that he's watching. Not that I know which. I only know it is a sport as there is a ball, there are people, and both are on a field. Oh, and it seems to involve only sculpted men. A particularly intimate sport. Wait, I'm overthinking it. Though I do believe that most sports have a peculiar and exciting kind of subtext. This one, I think, I could particularly like to watch. You're a little young to be in here, aren't you? Yes, I am. I am 14. I should not be here. I am here with my uncle. My dad would never bring me here. My uncle is here and brought me here while he's on break. Right, mention work. Where is he? I point to Cyrus, who's now talking amiably with the other man in the corner. Goodness, such fast friends. He's the younger, ornery-looking person. The old man chuckles and I smile as though I've made a joke. Interesting word choice, girl. I read books. That's so. It is so. Very much so. I read a lot. Huh. Is he celebrating the good news? Or maybe, was there some news? Ah! Do you mean the minimum wage increase, sir? Yeah, great news, isn't it? He grins. I mirror him. It is. I'm glad. You working yet? Yes, it is work that I'm doing, granted unpaid. I am learning. Yes, I just started a little while ago. I see. Well, welcome to the workforce, young miss. Have you gotten your first paycheck yet? No, not yet, and my name is Winter. That should have been 2 sentences. Nice to meet you, Winter. I'm David. I've stopped speaking. I don't know why. It's almost as though anything I say won't make any sense, so I've shut up. He does not speak either. The quietness is getting to me. Isn't there something I can say? Anything? What can I say? No, I'm lost. This is a terrible feeling, like I'm drowning in air. Think! There must be something. What? You okay? Huh? Oh no, I'm panicking. You could tell. That's bad. Is this because of the alcohol? It must be because of the alcohol. Yeah. Speak! So, what do you do? Like, for work, what do you, I mean... you know. Help out at the wharf, head down into the mines, fit auto parts. That is amazing. Amazing. No. When you get older, you'll have to run multiple jobs, too. Just about the only way to survive these days. How about you? What do you do? Oh crap, what do I do? Oh, why didn't I think of something first? Stupid! I shut my eyes for a second and give a quick shake of my head. I do... Well, I guess I could technically be considered I'm a counselor? A counselor? Yes. Huh. Please let that be an acceptable job. Doesn't really seem like something that'd suit you. No offense or anything. I didn't really choose it. He gives me a somber nod of recognition. Yeah, you gotta take what you're given. Yes. I suddenly feel miserable and decide to lean onto the counter. I rest my head, letting the fluff of my hair and sleeves serve as a pillow, and I look away from David. That's right, I didn't really choose it. I didn't really choose anything. As decisions came around, I just sat on my hands thinking. I don't know. Thinking that something would come to me. In a sense, I suppose that something did, but it wasn't in the usual way. Everyone else knew what they wanted to do after secondary school, and I was stuck on the path of a freighter. A freighter, a step away from a leech. Ugh. I couldn't pick a specialty school. I didn't know what I wanted. School Mediatorum. Huh. What is this school? Why had I never heard of it? Yet somehow my parents weren't surprised by the name. Why was I chosen? What's more, how? I never applied to this thing. Why did I even accept to go? I guess I was just happy that something had been found for me. And the system always knows best. I mean, it's not as though I dislike it. I find the classwork and homework more than bearable, and my first shadowing went okay enough. But is this what I am? Is this what I'm meant to do? Oh, this is stupid. What am I thinking? The oligarchy is infallible. They never make mistakes. Therefore, this must be what's right for me. Even if everything about it is totally weird. Back home, what's my issue? Mine's a little loud. Back home, what's my issue? This is better than what would have happened. When did I start caring so much about my direction? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to care about that. Still, why should I? How should I know the way to forge my life's path when I'm just 14? I don't even know what I'll be like in 8 years. I shouldn't have to care about this now. No, this is really messed up. So messed up. Hey, don't get like that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Can I get you something to drink? I turned back to glance at David, my nose tip brushing against cloth and sending a tingle across my face. Seeing him, I remember again. I'm in another world. As if I didn't have enough worries back home, now I have a whole new world to worry about here. Another world which I had never heard of, but I'm supposed to believe is real? Just because things are here right in front of my eyes? So much strange stuff has happened to me that maybe I could just be dreaming. Is this man even real? Is he really here? Maybe he isn't. I've read that there are illusions. Would I prefer an illusion? Would I prefer this to be a dream? Maybe some sort of virtual reality. This whole idea is so ridiculous. What's worst of all? I find myself rather on the fence about his offer for a second drink. It wouldn't be bad, actually, to forget who I am for a little while, perhaps longer. It would be natural. No, it would also be dangerous. I force the darker notions aside, steady the course. Buy it. Okay. I draw my head back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers. I bring myself up, countenance solemn. No, I think I've had enough. Suit yourself. I will. I look at David. Alright, what's next? Need to figure out the root of the problem. It usually has something to do with the troubles of the people, right? I'll just be forward then. Has anything been troubling you lately? Nothing more than usual, I suppose. I'm just here to commemorate the occasion. That wage hike takes a major load off, though it's really too bad that we're still under Gabrea's boot. You know, I bet they let the bill pass just to avoid revolt. They don't give a shit about us. Gabrea, that's not this country, is it? Wasn't that... the mother country, correct? I think that Brighton shouldn't be a colony of theirs anymore. It was labeled as independent in the dossier. I need to know more. How might I ask properly? What about the, president? He seems to be working for us. He does, right? You know it doesn't matter. He's just a figurehead. He can't do anything without Gabrea's approval. Couldn't even raise a military to defend against Verdea without them kicking up a fuss. Hell, it took 6 months before they let him train a single soldier. I'll give them some credit, though. They quit crying about it and have been funding us rightly ever since. Probably realized if Verdea took us over, then they'd lose their workhorse. Verdea is a third country, sharing a border with Brighton. What was it I read about them last night? Don't we have a truce with them or something? It has been around for a while. Yeah, but it's hardly there. Verdea's never been too afraid to stir up a war or two over some real estate. Or over some insult to their forefathers, whatever excuse. Our truce with them is just a piece of paper. If they wanted to, they'd take us down in a heartbeat. Or they would have, at least, until we got an army to secure the border. Never know, though. Wow, this guy talks a lot. It's wonderful. I hardly have to say a word. Or, at least, I would if he didn't seem to want me to respond now. I put on a bit of an angry expression for a second, but then reconsider. Maybe a sad expression would be better. What's my character anyway? Am I being myself here? Wait, no, none of that matters, just answer. That's terrible. Okay, I need another question. Maybe I should let some of my ignorance show. Why is it like this, anyway? You don't know? Hell, I'm not surprised. They practically skip over that in schools. Give it a paragraph, maybe. Sure, they'll tell you Brighton used to be a Gabrean colony, that we gained our independence 120 years ago. They just never mention the costs of that freedom. Economic sanctions, crazy ones. I mean, they weren't always crazy. Back then, minimum wage could feed you and more. The sanctions haven't changed, though. Haven't adjusted with the dollar's value and cost of living. We screwed up. Got lulled into this false sense of liberty. Got so caught up in the things we could do, we forgot what we can't. Thanks to inflation, these sanctions are making us so poor that they're killing us. I mean literally killing us. Not a great thing to bring up when there's something to celebrate, but I don't think they're tracking just how many have died trying to live. I know I've definitely lost count. Then, is this the root? I mean, it sure does suck that these people are poor, really. Though, honestly, if they've been this way for so long, they should be used to it. What is poor, exactly? The television was harping on it earlier, and David was harping on it just now, so I figure it must be important, but, you know, it's nonsense to even consider this seriously. I don't understand any of this. The obsession over the economy, the excitement over higher wages, none of it makes sense. Poor is not having enough for a snack. Money is a trivial thing. Another thing is that this is not even a major society of the world. That being the case, how come we're dealing with it at all? And Cyrus, what is he thinking dragging me here? He probably only wanted a drink. What can I learn about the whole world from just one person? Not much. This is stupid. Must be something else. It's so terrible here. I wonder how it is in Grbrea. Complete luxury. They live like kings. Even their bums live better than us. Whoa, that is filthy. A filthy thing to say. It's a damn miracle any of them work at all, with how much they get for free. They get fired, the state takes care of it. They hurt, state covers it. No job to start with, the state. The state will go to the goddamn moons for its precious Grbreans. Can you believe it? People are starving here, and it's that kind of fucking bullshit that... I wince and raise my shoulders a little. Oh, sorry. It's okay. I don't really take any offense to swear words or rude language, but my dad was never terribly fond of them, and I have grown unused to their bite. The harsher ones, anyway. A bit shocking to hear one in that tone. I decide to look back at the television, feeling embarrassed on David's behalf for reasons beyond my immediate comprehension. It airs the same sport for all of 4 seconds before cutting out. When the picture returns, a twisty and intricate crest, a duck flying over a sword and pickaxe looks like, appears on the screen, set against the noble blue. Could this be a team logo? An address to the audience from the coach and captain? Oh, I want to see. I lean it back a few feet from the counter until I'm supporting myself, only slightly with my fingers, and mostly with the stool's 2 hind legs. Honestly, the warmth of the beer is not completely dissipated. David, what is that? Holy... George, turn it up! The person who is wiping glasses behind the counter raises his eyebrows slightly, and then reaches listlessly for the remote. When it is in his hand, he turns and gives the television a tired glance. The crest on the screen wakes his eyes immediately, and he is soon mashing the volume up. I hear David shifting at my right, and it sounds as though he is turning in the direction of Cyrus and the other man. Clark, get over here! Oh, so that is the man's name. Clark. Clark and Cyrus look at Dave strangely, and then strangely look at one another, and then they begin rushing over. I find their antics confusing and unwarranted. What is the big deal over this? In a few minutes, the whole gaggle of men surrounds the television. Even the waiter has stopped cleaning the tables to watch. I know that sports are popular and all, but this is a little bit much, isn't it? This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. Oh. The message will begin in 40 seconds. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will begin in 30 seconds. Goodness, this is it, isn't it? It. The thing. The problem. Oh no, I'm not ready for this. Cleaning up garbage is one thing, but this is completely another thing. I don't even know what exactly. I search Cyrus's eyes for something to comfort my spirits, but I find nothing and don't know why it bothered at all. His face is indiscernible as ever, aside from the serious brow and lip, of course. The message will begin in 10 seconds. Crap. The message will now play. The crest vanishes, revealing a man in a suit at a desk. A dapper brown suit and a large brown desk. I imagine he must be important, as the crest from before is quite brazenly craved into the wood of his furniture. As for the man himself, he looks older than Cyrus, which is ancient at worst and aged 60 at least. He looks very tired. His face is worn, and his expression does nothing for the mood. He does have some fake-looking hair, though. That's pretty funny. I almost have a small chuckle, but given the severe expression of my company, I decide it would be best to stifle it. Brighton, we have endured. As a people, as a country, as a workforce, we have endured these past 120 years. Surely you are all very, very tired. I, my people, my friends, am very, very tired. The word sobering meant little to me before this, but I completely understand it at this moment. The way this man carries himself, his speech, and his dour voice have all combined to chill the warmth from my head. I set my stool back down and have an actual seat, looking up at the monitor with certain intensity. The man has me engaged. I am tired of the media portraying our common man the fool, an ignorant sort all too glad to do the deeds of his betters. Tired of these foreign companies providing us work and wages that we will celebrate for only pennies more. Tired of hearing my people say in passing and in normalcy, no, I do not know if we will eat today, perhaps tomorrow. Brighton, I am tired of our masters. I am so tired. People of Brighton, we have grown so used to freedom, we've forgotten that we are not free. This chair and this desk, this stage of an office on which I play my part, is evidence of that. I offer a serious and composed look at Cyrus. If I'm understanding correctly, and I can't say I'm one for understanding much of anything on this world, it seems that this leader here is not as much of a leader as he might like. Which, frankly, I don't quite get. The way leadership works back home, at least one on a large scale, is that several especially intelligent and reasonable people rule over us all. The idea of power being not enough, or being feigned, seems complicated to me. Like, what's the point? Why the show? I'd like to ask Cyrus about it, but he isn't returning my gaze, and instead remained focused on the television. I suppose I'll just have to keep listening. But I am not here to tell you the troubles of our state. I am not here to tell you the glory of our fathers. I'm here to confirm the quiet whispers through the alleys and the worried murmurs of Gabrayan elite. Pardon? Consider this a threat. People of Gabraya, you have 4 hours to comply with my demands, or a nuclear weapon will be launched at your country.